me go ahead and all right, good morning, good afternoon, everybody. I realize that we're on the cusp of afternoon for some and morning for me. I'm in Denver, Colorado. I'm Colin Montgomery, part of the Century Twin onboarding with my teammate, Marilyn Hawley. So today we're talking about Moxi websites. Let's dig in, find out how to access them. If you don't yet know how to find them, we're going to go in from the home page of 21 Online into the menu, and we're going to go down into the Productivity Hub. And this is where you're going to find our most frequently used apps. You'll come down in here to find the listings for MoxiWorks, and you can click on any one of them. Each of these individual pages has an overview about that different tool within MoxiWorks. But once you get on this page, no matter which one of the resources, and you click on Access Moxi Present or Engage or Websites or Impress, all of them will take you into this landing page. And Marilyn, I'm going to pause for just a second. I've been talking on my computer so long that I need to plug in my battery. So hold on. Thank you.
Okay. Colin, I see your cursor moving, but we don't hear you.
Well, it's because I didn't unmute my mic.
There you go. Now we got you.
All right, thank you so much. So guys, I apologize. Marilyn gave me a cup and I didn't use it today, says you're on mute. All right, so under these account settings, so when you land on this dashboard and you click on this account settings, it allows you to share your account access with people on your leadership team or administrative team in case you need some help as you're learning Moxi, and they can jump in and support you in your account in MoxiWorks. Okay, today we're talking about Moxi websites. When you click on the link for Moxi websites, and I need to double check and make sure that I'm logged in as our test account, and we are on this page. Let me do a quick preview. In this preview, what I'd like to share with you, if you can keep this in mind, you can do as little or as much as you want with your Moxi website. Right out of the gate, it is built, it works perfectly. It's a lead generator in a couple different ways that we'll talk about, but it works perfectly right out of the gate. Now, in our test account, I'm going to show you some things that we have added. You do not have to add those, but there are some things that are fun that you could add. Now, across the top, your account is going to say, find your dream home. But what we have done in this test account is changed the text at the top. We did it so you could see that you do have some customization, some ability to make it a little bit more on your own, kind of like when you watch HGTV and people say, I want to put my own stamp on it. This is what you could do. I'm going to teach you how to do this. Across the top, these are all built for you. You don't have to build a thing. Under properties, the property search will drop them into a view of your property search, and I'll show you that in a second. And your active listings. If you have active listings, they'll display when they click on there. Buying and selling tips are right here. The About Me is already built for you. You can add testimonials if you want, don't have to. This is already built. My bio and contact me, blog, is an add-on feature if you blog and want to add that in this neighborhood news. Lead generation. Why do you have a website? To offer people all the listings in your MLS, which is what it does. And then when they find properties that they're interested in, wouldn't it be great if they contacted you to ask you to go see those properties? And so when they're on your website, those listings, when a consumer fills out that form, that lead comes back to you, nobody else. Doesn't matter who's listing. If it's yours, if it's another agent in your office, if it's any other listing in the multiple listing service, that lead will come back to you via this search. But this neighborhood news is incredibly powerful because many times, Meryl and I have worked with agents over the years asking, I would love to have my own monthly newsletter. Now you have it. If you haven't been using one, please look at using this, because when the consumer is on your website, so you're going to put your website out there to the public in your marketing. Anytime, any part of your marketing, include a link to your website. When they're on your website, they can find this neighborhood news. When they put in their zip code, they can see the activity of what is going on in their market, in their zip code, mortgage calculator, trends in our marketplace. Some states don't allow for specific sold prices, like Texas and maybe other few, but they will give you some general ideas. Market changes would be important to me if I were a seller. All kinds of wonderful information. Your wonderful picture will be on here and your contact information, and they can fill out a form saying, I want to go see more. One of the coolest things I think about this, what we have available to us in MoxiWorks, is that each of the tools talk to each other. If somebody fills out that neighborhood news, signs up for it, it's going to move over to your Moxi Engage account so you can start marketing to that person. When somebody's here and looking at listings in Temple, Texas, which is where our database is, multiple listing service. When I click on search, then it's going to bring up listings. And the consumer, this is the consumer facing view. When they click on this property and they make it a favorite, and they can save the comments. Okay. Now, they can also click on this listing, and remember, please keep this in mind, that when you have your listing out there, people, or your website out there, and people are looking at properties, the leads come back to you. Doesn't matter whose listing it is, yours or somebody else's, they're on your site, that lead will come back to you. They could schedule a showing, contact you from here. What a great way to generate new business opportunities from your website. That neighborhood news is here as well. There's price, bedroom, and bathroom filters, additional filters that we're going to talk about in a second. One fun, what I really like to do, and then have the ability to save their search. When they fill out that save a search, it's going to show up on your Moxi Engage account, the CRM system, so you can see what they're looking at. Maybe if you want, you could come in here and save searches for other people. That's something that we teach in the Moxi Engage training class, but you can set up searches through your website for other people. Okay, so I'm going to come back to my dashboard here and move down. I mentioned out of the box, you don't have to do anything, but I really strongly encourage you to make sure that you put in your bio, your about me statement, so people can learn a little bit more about you. I'll show you where to add that. As you see here on this page, it's got the search bar, it's got your contact information and picture, but when I scroll down, as I scroll down, guess what? The search box follows. On your screen, mine is a little bit different because we're in a test account, but your name and your contact link, this contact link here, will be visible as people scroll down your site. You can add videos. I'll teach you how to do that if you want. The only thing that I suggest, if you want to do just right out of the box, is to add the about me, your bio. On your website, when people scroll down, they will see your office's active listings. You can change the banner up here. I just did that for training purposes. That banner says view more listings or view our office's listings. You can choose to have only your active listings, but I would really encourage you to consider showing more than just your listings. It will trigger more people to click on your website and fill out a form to create more business opportunities for you. This section here, open houses this weekend, is not on your site right now. I did it for fun in case you want to add some additional flavor to your site, not required. You can do as much or as little as you want with these websites. I'm going to show you how that works as well. Useful links. I see Cassandra from Century Tuancota in Texas. Your state, such as New York or Texas, has some consumer protection notices that you have to put on your site. So there's a section called useful links. I'll show you where to find those useful links, and you can also add video. Video, people love video. But the other thing that you want to make sure of is that you don't put too much video. Maybe a couple on your page will be just fine. I'll teach you how to add videos. And as we scroll down sample mortgage rates, you may like or not want these sample rates to show up here. I'll show you how to turn it off if you don't want to, but the default is leaving those on. As we continue to scroll down, you'll see a footer that also has another link for the neighborhood news. Okay. Trying to get consumers to connect with you, engage with you. All right, I'm going to leave this page open, and we're going to come back in here to the administrative tool. When you get into Moxi website, it will bring up this page for the administrative tool, and it may look like a pretty overwhelming process here. But MoxiWorks has done, I think is brilliant, is that they've taken down some of the key things that you can do, but don't have to get your site launched. So the first thing that we're going to do is when we get into this personalize your site style, it gives you a couple of options. One, to have the listings, the focus, as I just shared with you. You can also have a focus on yourself. So it's a little bit different look, all about you above here in the listing search. According to our previous website system called Zap, the team there said 99% of people are looking for listings, 1% of people are looking for agents. So make it easy for a consumer to find a listing, because when and if they are ready, it's still going to come to you. That lead will still come to you when they're on your site. I'm going to come back to this landing page, our admin homepage, and then I'm going to come back down and come into this personalize your homepage. This is where you're going to spend most of your time, is in this personalize your homepage. And there are two other sections in here that we're going to cover today. But you spend most of your time in this personalize your homepage. All right, so as we're here, and I come back to we're going to toggle back and forth between the website that we built. Most of it was built for us. We just added some tweaks to it. So the picture in the background and the selling of the sun, selling the valley of the sun, excuse me, with the phone number. You can change the picture. If you want, you can upload your own picture. You just have to tell Moxi that you own the rights to the picture, and you can upload it. Once you upload it, it's going to go into your image library. And then you can choose to use that for your background image. Or you can choose the image gallery. Stunning, incredible professional pictures that MoxiWorks has put in here for you. You don't have to worry about royalty fees. They're already paid. So find a picture that you may like that fits you and your personality in your business, in your marketplace. So Andy, our team leader, we're on his test account. He has put this picture in here. Next thing in here, when we come back, notice the background is a little bit dark because it's a beautiful sunset in Phoenix, the Valley of the Sun, and the text is white. As you come back over here, it's going to say, what text color do you want, black or white? So harmonize that with your picture. The background effect, because it's a darker picture, then what's going to happen here is that you may want to lighten the difference between the background and the text. That's all that is. Okay. The picture that is put in there for you by default is beautiful, but you may want to change it. Don't have to, but you can. Selling the Valley of the Sun, this is where Andy updated this. Call or text me, put a call to action in there. Please call or text me and put your phone number in there. Put dots between, please put dots between the phone number digits, because that's the common practice that is easily viewed across multiple browsers. Again, there's multiple browsers people can use, and if you're using dots between your phone number, they're going to be able to see it correctly. Next thing down here, put your name, make sure your name's in here, and the title that you have in your state, broker, associate, broker, owner, whatever it is in your state, because that's going to display when people scroll down your home page. As we scroll down here, it's going to pop up and show right here. Okay. Picture correct, put your contact, make sure your contact information is in there correct. And we're going to come down here. All right, we've already done a ton and we didn't have to, and figuratively, because the site's already built for you, but on this page, as I come up here, notice that there's a bio and about me. This is how people get to know you just a little bit. It is not in there for you when it's launched. To add that, as you scroll down from this home page update, and you find the section that says welcome text, copy and paste whatever you want in here. Make it short, make it easy to read. I don't know if you, but like me, when I'm on websites, I have a challenge reading too much content, so make it short and simple. You can add a background picture or video. Don't have to. But what we did on the website was we added that video to just give some flavor to your website. Where would you get Century 21 videos? When you go to youtube.com, we have our own channel. We're the first brand to have its own channel on YouTube, and this has been years since we've been on here with our own channel, but you're going to land on our page. The video that I just...
The last time I sold a home, the offers were really disappointing.
And let me go back and make sure. Okay, so you can hear the sound. There is a whole library of videos right here. So you can come in and find any Century 21 video in here. You can use your own, doesn't matter. But I want to show you how to get a video up here. So about 15 rows down, plus or minus, the videos that we're talking about that I'm showing you today are right here. So these are most current video commercials, what we're posting online too. And this is an agent, a Century 21 agent talking with a client. This is an actor, of course. But as you come down here, you're going to see the videos. How do I share it? The first thing you're going to do is click on the video. It's going to come up and let you preview it.
I can't.
Guys, watch the video all the way through, please. Make sure that you're not promoting another company by accident. So watch the video through, make sure that you're happy with it. Of course, ours are certainly fine, but please double check the videos that you put up. When the video is here, you're going to click on share, and you're going to choose the embed link. You're not going to have to highlight all this, do anything funny. All you do is click on copy. Notice it highlights, and we come back to our editing page, and there is a little link. So I'm going to blow my screen up right here. It says insert edit media. Don't use this one. Use this one here that looks like that little video link. Insert insert edit media. And what you want to do is make sure that your cursor is in the place where you want it. In this case, I put it below the bio. Come back up in here and I click on insert media. It's going to come up. You're going to click on, we just clicked on the embed on YouTube. We're going to click on embed here. I'm going to paste it, say okay. My screen's going to refresh and the video's right there. Pretty straightforward on how to add a video into your website. Please, when you're done adding that video, I'd like for you to come down and click on publish to make sure it saves. So in the world of Moxi websites, that publishes is your save icon. You know it's successful when you see this icon right here. It says you were successful. And now when I come back to my website, then I can see that that video is there. Okay. I'm going to come back to my editor, the home page editor. So we've done some fun things so far. We put our bio in, we put a video in. All right. We're here in the section that talks about listings. Featured property module. What is that? On this page here, under the featured property module, I'm going to scroll down here. This featured property module will say our active listings, I believe is the title. For training purposes, I just changed it. So what I'm going to do in all of your websites will have this module automatically. Your active office listings will be here. You don't have to do a thing. But if you're in here, and today we're going to say, today is the 14th of October. And this is the new title. Here it says October 6th. I'm going to change that to October 14th. There's a drop down right here. It says, what do you want to use for those featured properties module? Do you want to use your own active listings, your office's listings as the default, or your company's active listings? So you can show as many listings as possible. So my recommendation is either the office or the company active listings. It's up to you. But the more listings that you choose, which would be the most under the company active listings, would show the most. Now, maybe you're in a marketplace where your company straddles a state line or is in two different communities and you just want to show the one that your community is in. So office listings would be a good choice in those situations. So we're going to click on my company's active listings. And now the default, what the consumer is going to see is the office active listings. You can have up to 99. Maybe that would be too many. Maybe you could have 20 or 25, but 20 is the default. But we're going to choose that one. Now, what am I going to do? I'm going to come over here and I'm going to publish. When I make changes, I'm going to click on publish. And when I come back to my website, I'm going to click on refresh. And then I'm going to scroll down here. And notice that my title now says my company's listings today. The listings are the same. I just changed the title. Okay, now I'm going to come back in here. And as I'm in here, we're going to scroll down and see a section that I added. Don't have to. This is kind of a fun one that I picked up from the MoxiWorks team. Guys, hold on 2 seconds. You. All right, so I picked this up from the MoxiWorks team, and I really like it because the things that are available in here is that you can go into your website and do something that they call curate. For me, that's kind of an overused term, but in this case, I like it because you can go into your database and say, I want a unique search that I have picked out for my website that I want to be showing on the homepage of my site. What I mean by that, you can go in, as I've done here, go into the property search on your website and display all the open houses coming this weekend. The second function, the second value that I see in this is it's something I call evergreen. When these listings that are marked as open houses and the open house stops displaying in your MLS Sunday, and on Monday, those listings that are open houses won't be there anymore. But what will happen is that any listings that populate for next week will start showing on your website automatically. So you don't have to keep going into the system and updating a new search criteria, which would be open houses in this case. It's already done for you. I'm going to teach you how to do that right now. Okay, so I'm in here. And as I scroll down, come down here, the featured listings is already done. Remember, you don't have to do anything. I just changed the title for training purposes today, as well as you can choose your own listings, your office, your company listings. But now, let's say open houses this weekend in, let's just say, Lufkin, Texas. Now, what I need to do in here is create a custom search. This is where you curate. Curate just means where I'm going to go to the MLS and what am I going to pull out of there from all these options in my multiple listing service to put in here. Actually, I'm going to change the title of this because I've already got that search created. I'm going to make it both in Montana. Create a custom search. Come in here and click on that, save that search. And it's going to say, what do you want the system to find from your website to show under that custom property search, the open houses? I need to tell the system from my website what I want to display on my homepage. So I need to come in here and do a search in my MLS. And what I'm doing now is in the MLS in Temple, Texas, where we're connected, is come up in here and I can do price range, bedroom, bathrooms, and filters. And what I do is click on this filter and it's going to come up and say, what do you want to filter? What do you want to curate out of the MLS to have displayed as a unique section of your website? In this case, I'm going to leave all of these in here, but what I am going to do is click on these that say open house on the left. Not only in person, but virtual open houses. I can choose, do I just want Saturdays or Sundays or this week, today, tomorrow? I love this one that says this weekend. And now it pull all listings in the MLS that are single family or condo or townhouses. And when I click on apply, it's going to filter out and it's going to show 8 properties that fit that criteria for this weekend, virtual and in-person open houses. How do I get it back to show on my website? I am going to copy this. So I have created the search. It's going to show 8 this weekend. And next weekend, it will have a whole new directory of listings. Instead of the consumer having to do their own search, you have created that for them. And it will always and continue moving forward to show new open houses for next weekend, the evergreen function that I mentioned. As I come back in here, I create this custom property search. We'll say open houses this weekend in spell today. paste in there. Remember the search up here? I copied that. I'm come back here and I'm going to put in custom search path and paste it. Now there's one very important feature right here. This path must begin with search. There's more of a description and an example of what your search should look like for the MLS. It has to start with search / and see the word search and /. Everything in front of this needs to be deleted. The reason for that is instead of the consumer clicking or for Moxi to find that search for consumers, it's got to go and find the search you created without the other search components involved. Okay. The easiest way to construct your custom website is to execute a search on your site. When you have the criteria set, copy it, and then paste it in here, delete everything in front of the word search / There's an example right here. What the heck do we do next? We got to come down here and save it. So either publish or save, watch out for those links. It's going to say the search has been updated. I'll come back here to my administrative dashboard. I'm going to come back to edit my website homepage. I'm just going to come down and find the custom search area that's right here. Change the title. I didn't save it, so it's going to say right there, Bozeman, Montana. I'm just going to put in here today's date so we have an anchor. And then in this drop down, the search that I created will be my option to choose from. The search that I created for those open houses coming up this weekend is the link that's hiding behind this headline. When I come down here, what do I need to do? I'm going to click on publish. I'm going to come back to my website and refresh it. It'll be on our home screen again. Take a second for that to refresh. And then I need to get back to our homepage here. Visit site. This takes us back to our website. As I search down here, open house this weekend in Bozeman, Montana. You can put any title in here, what you want, but the critical thing, the important thing in here is now I'm going to see those 8 properties. And as I scroll through all those properties I found in my search right here, I want to go see this one. A consumer's on your website and they click, I want to go see this one. It should, and it does pop up and say, do you want to talk with Andy, the agent that site we're on? I want to schedule a showing. I want to go talk with you. I want to see the property, whatever it is. It wasn't even the listing. It belonged to another company. So that listing, that lead will come to you. And hopefully you can start seeing why I think that is so powerful and important, is that you can give people more content. That's what they're looking on websites. They're looking for listings. And when you can create a fun search like this, that every week it's updated automatically, you don't have to go in. That's a home run for me. Right, when we come down here, you remember that we talked about some states like Texas and New York have some required things that you have to put on your website called useful links. There's also the ability for you to add an additional video. So let's come down here in these useful links. And under the useful links right here, you can rename it. Let's go in here and manage links. All that means under manage links is that you can add your own links. So in the state of Texas, they're required to do the Texas Real Estate Commission, sorry, I'm studying today, the Consumer Protection Notice. So I just went into the Texas Real Estate Commission and found that notice. I copied it. And now I can come back to my editing pages and I can add a new link. And that new link, you're going to put a title and you're going to copy and paste in the web address, put in the description, and you will need to come down in here and say which category. Well, maybe you don't have a category set up for this Texas. So we're going to change the title just a little bit and call it the Colorado Consumer, just teaching you how to do this. Protection. Notice. Click on that. So we've got categories. You can only have one category at a time showing on your site. Okay. So you'll choose which one you want. As we scroll down here, we're going to click on all of these, or excuse me, the top one, excuse me. And as we continue to scroll down, those are our options there. All right, so let me scroll back up here. And I'm going to save, I'm going to add this link. And again, I added it to this section. By clicking on that box, I added that to the section. Click on Add to List. It's going to refresh. It's been saved. I can add more links when I come back into my home page again. And I click on Personalize Your Home Page. I'm going to come down into my links and I'll show you again where I did that. All right. Now, once you have added links and you have chosen the section that you want to display on your homepage, I've got all of these options in here. The one I created today is called the Consumer Protection Notice, and that's the one I have chosen with the links underneath to have it show. And I need to come down here. Remember, again, click on Publish. It's going to refresh. I'm going to come back to my website. I scroll down my website and I'm going to find, actually, I need to refresh that. Yeah, it's actually the one that I just created. Okay, so I did that properly. I'll be in compliance with the state. There's actually a couple more things you need to do for Texas, but the idea is, number one, you need to know what your state requires. If it requires anything free to display extra on your site, state of New York also has requirements, but you could put those links on here. The other thing is a featured video. And so when I'm coming back here and I go down to find the links, there's another video that I added. One word of advice, Marilyn, correct me, but please check with your broker in your state. If you put property videos on your website and they are sold and no longer available to the public, some states require you to remove the marketing so that it's not considered by the consumer false advertising. You put a listing on there that is no longer available. That's not right. Some states allow it, some states don't. Please check with your broker and your real estate commission. Okay, but you can add videos right here, just as we did before. You may also, if you choose to do blogging, we're not going to do that today, but that option is there available for you. All right, so we have done our updates to our website. I'm going to come in here, back to my home page. All right, so we went through a couple things. We went to personalize your site style. Please leave the default, that's my suggestion, but we also went into personalize your homepage. That's where we spent most of our time. Right, now you can change a number of other things in here at testimonials, but the thing that I want to share with you right now is that when you look at the website, clicking again here on visit site on the top left-hand side, it comes up and says not secure. So what you want is that site to be secure, right? Consumers have confidence in it, and it also holds the structure of the site together. So it's two-pronged reasons for you to do that. How do I do it? When I come back in here, we come and apply the SSL secure socket. You're going to click on this blue icon, and that will make your site a secure site. HTTPS instead of the HTTP that you see up here. All you have to do is click on. It may take an overnight refresh, but that will work for you. Now, when we come back to this home page, and we'll see the common tasks. And as we come down here, scroll down a little bit. The other thing you're going to do is click on make your site visible to search engines. Why isn't it visible to the search engine right now? Because MoxiWorks wanted you and still wants you to go in, look at your site, make sure it looks like the way you want it before you uncheck this box and click save. And that way it will be visible. So search engine, when people are looking for you and find you in your website, then it will display on that consumer search. You'll uncheck the box, click on save, and you're done. That's all you have to do. Okay, we're going to come back in here to our dashboard. So my recommendations for things to do. The first thing that you will do is come in here and personalize your home page. You don't have to do anything else. You don't even have to do this, what I'm sharing with you. But I would ask that you come in here and make sure that you put your about me statement. Some people call them bios. Tell people about. Come down to the bottom and click on publish, and you're good to go. So that's the first thing that I would suggest before you launch your site. You consider putting your about me statement. You're going to come in here and you're going to click on the SSL certificate. Click on that blue icon. And then you're going to come down here and make your site visible to search engines by clicking on this link, unchecking the box, clicking on save, and you're done. Okay. When you're done and you published it, you come back up here, and up here, your web domain, it's your first name, last name, underscore your company name, dot sites dot c21.sites dot home, I believe it is. Your domain name will be up here. If you already own a domain name, then you could contact them. GoDaddy, register.com, Google Domains, and then you will be able to have them point it, that domain name that you own through them, point it to your website. Again, our test site looks different, but yours will be in there with your name, etc. If you don't know how to get a domain name, come in here and you go to Google Domains, and it's free. Excuse me, that's not the one I want. There's so many ads in these days, right? So I'm going to go to Google Domains, and you can see what domain names are available if you don't already have one. Okay, so I can come in here and I put Colin McGovern sells Denver homes. I know that's too long, but I'm just giving you some examples here. And when you click on get it, it will say, is that domain name available? I'm going to come back. It's going to give me some green marks or red marks to say if it is or it isn't. And heck yeah, it is. So I can register that .com, .net, anything you want, $12 a year. Or they may have, like if you do it more than 1 year, then they may give you some breaks on that. Okay, so you can register your own domain name through Google Domains. And once it's set up, you'll be able to have them point it, that URL, to your Moxi web address. Okay. Once you're into Google domains, you're going to have to work with them and get that pointed. But that's just an easy way for you to get a new domain name for your business if you don't already have one. All right. Additional training on MoxiWorks. There's a website, engage, education.moxiworks.com. All right. I see some. Yeah, Stephen, the properties show up. It just doesn't show a price. It shows a range, as I understand. Janice, there's not really a reset, but there is the ability to go and do some deletes and start over. Now, one of the things that Janice, did I answer your question about how to get your bio on there?
Yes, you did. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay. All right. There's not a start over button, but I think if you will come into this site, and I'm going to type it in there, education.moxiworks.com. If you want to click on that link, it will download to your computer, save it as a favorite or a bookmark. John, you can add a ton of different pages. If you'll give me a second, I'll walk back and show you where to add more. There's a site that has some, this is Moxi support. A great way to search for problem solutions. And then also there's a landing page in here that I'm going to put in the chat. That's not the one I want. All right, this is the one I'm going to drop in the chat. There are some on-demand videos on this link as well. So as you come down here and you scroll down, you'll see some additional on-demand videos. So there's 3 resources for additional training. I used several of those to do my training. And then John had asked the questions, can you add additional pages? And the answer is yes. So under these site pages, and you click on it, it says all pages. Moxi has built pages for you. I'm going to blow this up so it's easier to say. All right, now we're getting a little bit deeper. You don't have to do these things, but if you want. So let me show you this. Here's a link, talks about the home page. When I come here, this is my home page right here. Come back in here, it says properties. This is a link that's on your home page. So when I come back to my home page, you'll see one that says properties. Now I have chosen to display publicly these 3 pages. When I come back into here, you will notice that it says properties and it says property search. Temple property search and my active listings are all active. Any that aren't active of pages I created are, say, hidden. So these are all the pages I've hidden, but I chose to only property search, temple, and my active listings to display under properties. Okay, hopefully that's starting to make sense. You can hide sections. You can delete them. And when we go down to buying and selling, notice there's buying and selling tips and financial calculators. And that's right here. And thank you for allowing me to go through that process because it can get a little confusing when you see all these pages. Where are they going to show? And so these are the headers and these are the pages underneath. Okay, so down here, all kinds of other options. Now, if I want to create something new, adding a new, and I can add a new custom page from here. And then I can start making additions, edits, adding page titles, content, and so forth. That would all be done through here. You could also come on here under site pages and add a new page. There's a little shortcut here to start adding new page. There's options, custom search, menu items, which would be adding it to the menu at the top, menu link, which would be a link under a menu item. So FYI, there's a menu item. These are menu items up here. And the menu links are underneath. So John, and for others that want to go through that process, when MoxiWorks add new pages, they're going to drop to the bottom and you may need to drag them up and drop them in the correct section. Okay. It's a little bit cumbersome, not terrible. Once you add pages, it may require to move them up into a section. If it hasn't already done so, it's easy to do. But remember, the edit page, you can view the page, and then it will say here, show, because this one's hidden. And if it's hidden, you can hide. Right? Remember to publish it, and you're good to go. Can you store a PDF file? It would have to be a link to somewhere else that has that file. There's not a little, not a bucket on the website. It has to be a link to somewhere. So like the one with the state of Texas, it's a link to the Real Estate Commission website that has the consumer protection notice. It links it to there. All right. So any other questions, folks? Marilyn, is there any questions that I missed in the chat? I don't see any. All right, guys, any more questions? Okay, Janice, go ahead if you have a question.
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry, I wanted to ask about open houses.
Yep.
If we're doing open houses, does Moxi have a way for us to have the client sign in or scan a QR code so that they can sign in automatically via their phone or laptop?
You know, I have not been asked that question. I love it. Because when they're at your open house, what you could do would be to, what I'm trying to say, trying to think of if there's a way to give them the QR code easily.
Because even if they don't have, even if it's not a QR code, but just to create a space for them to where they can just come in and sign in the laptop and for it to go straight to Moxi, that would be great.
Yeah, I'm thinking too linearly, not literally, but linearly. So when we come in here to engage, you could capture their contact information and share out your website with them. Yeah, I'd have to think about an easy way to do that, but I really like that. You can create QR codes and put it on your marketing pieces. Now, the other thing that you can do, and this is outside the box, but it's relatively easy to do. So we're going to go back into 21 Online, and every time that you have a listing in our system, and it has to be in the system 48 to 72 hours for these to be created. And we're still recording this, so you'll have the recording afterwards, is clicking into 21 Online. Nancy, by the way, I saw it pop up. There is no extra charge. It comes as part of your affiliation with Century 20. There's no extra charge for any of the Moxi tools. Okay. So we're going to come in here to the menu, and you're going to come down to the Productivity Hub. And there is a QR code on a document that we create for you. You're going to come down here and find My Listings, make it a favorite. So when you come to your homepage, it'll populate in your favorites. But when we go to My Listings, all of your listings will be displayed under this module. and just click on any one of your listings. Click on unique property sites and videos. And this one right here, it says unique property sites and videos. And you open that up and copy it. That gold link right there copies it. And then this is another way for you to market your listings. And it takes you to a landing page for a standalone site for your listing.
Okay, just so
No.
that I understand, we're still gonna have this standalone site, so it's not like it's gonna go along with Zap and Business Builder.
Yeah, it's a separate site, but what I want to show you is there is a document in the standalone site that has a flyer. You could print this flyer out. It actually won't take you to your Moxi website, so I'm kind of off base on that one. You know what you could do? There is a place for you to create free QR codes. It's called the QR code generator. And then you could put your website in here. There's a YouTube video, I'm sure. I was off base. That wasn't really what you're trying to accomplish, so I apologize, but you can create QR codes using a QR code generator, put it on your flyer if you want.
Hey, Colin, there's also a way in Moxi Impress, those QR codes are already created as well.
Beautiful, okay.
So when you're in Moxi Impress, and there is an open house flyer and Impress, and I believe there's a QR code there. So when the next Friday or the next time that we have one of the sessions on Moxi Impress, why don't you join us to find out how you can use those QR codes without leaving the Moxi platform?
Now, the other thing that you could do, we'll send out the recording for Moxi Impress. I'll do that.
Okay.
When you're in this Moxi support, you could say QR code. How to create a QR code to share a project. You could go into Moxi Impress in here. We'll send out the recording. Marilyn, do you know, does the latest recording have how to find the QR code?
I'm not sure if it does, Colin. I can't guarantee that.
Yeah, we'll find it and send you a little video on how to find it if it's not there.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Well, sorry about that, guys. When you're working out of your home office, sometimes the dog and the cat play, so I apologize. All right, back in this dashboard, one more time, the question was asked about in here, client testimonials. So there is a way for you to add client testimonials to your site that you'll just put a title in, and then you'll copy and paste the content in here. Okay, looks like we're right at the bottom of the hour, 2:30 Eastern time. Marilyn and I will send out, Marilyn, I'll do it, but I'll send out the recording for this. And then I will also find the how-to for the social or for the QR code. So thank you guys for the questions, appreciate it. All right, let's see. I'm gonna send out the Moxi Impress link too, besides even if it doesn't include that QR code. Okay, we'll send that out today. So thanks for being on. Take care, guys.
Thanks, Colin.
Thank you.